storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells your friend Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. How's it going? It is Wednesday. What's up, Missy? Thank you. I love that song. It's like Toby Keith. I love this bar. I love that song. What's up? All right. Well, we're going to try to get back to some normalcy, at least on the webpage. Man, I feel so bad for everybody dealing with Ian down south. Just going to be going on for months. Still flooding here in Florida. Some of our rivers haven't even crested yet. So lots still left to do. But we must push through it here and chit-chat a little bit about the weather and see how everybody's doing. So, good morning. Little Hunter, he's not too excited about things right now. I'll try to wake him up for a little bit. So good morning, this is Mike from Mike's Weather Page. Obviously, this is our Daily Brew. We named it the Daily Brew because it's what's brewing, right? It's awesome. Plus, we all love coffee. Some of us like beer. Everything brews, right? Storms are brewing. Coffee's brewing. Beers are brewing. So, that's our Daily Brew. And, yeah, Kitchen, how's it going? So sad. Yes, so sad. So sad. Saw Eric. Yeah, I reached out to Eric. He's been a long time fellow. Mike Soul over there on YouTube, by the way. He messaged Shelly. I guess he was in the middle of it down in Cape Coral, and it's a mess down there. So one thing about our little brew crew family here on Mike's Weather Page, man, there's a lot of you guys and gals that have dealt with these systems, be it Michael and Ida and Laura, these big ones the last few years, man. I don't know. Man, we've had a big one, it seems like, every year, you know. Terrible. Since we've been doing this hurricane thing. Harvey and Irma and Laura and Ida, Michael, Ian, all these 4s and 5s. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So I'm heading down south, by the way. I'm going down to Fort Myers to meet up with Jason and the Furman crew. They're set up at a Lowe's down at Fort Myers, help people with generators, and been a lot of people buying generators down there. Lowe's got an extra shipment in of Furman generators, and they're helping people set them up and get them gassed up and fueled up and showing them how to work them. And so I am heading down. I had to rent a U-Haul because I had to rent a U-Haul truck because there's no enterprises around that have rentals, and that's going to be my vehicle now for the next week or so until I figure out what to do with my truck. Truck is sitting at Dimmitt Chevrolet. Not sure what we're going to do with it. It had a lifter issue going into the chase. I knew it was going to die on me. The water did it in, but I think it had more internal issues than that. I think the rocker lifter broke on me, actually. But it is what it is. So we're trying to figure it out. They found me a good used one. I don't really want to give the truck up. The truck's become semi-famous, man. It's been through 7 named storms, the old truck. I need a snorkel, yes. A snorkel. But yeah, the truck's been in Hurricane Ada, Zeta, Ian, Ida, Tropical Storm Fred, Isaiah, and Elsa. It's been through 7 storms. I broadcasted live in 7 storms now with that truck. Somebody wants to know if we can make a Louis Hunter soundtrack. Jennifer. Yeah, this dog does make a lot of noises. He's my little guy. We took him to Talladega. He had a good time. What's up, buddy? You good boy? You good boy? You good boy? So anyway, we're hopefully get the old truck running back again. Global warming, I don't get into that, William. I have no... I don't follow anything. I just know there's been a lot of storms lately. It seems like a lot of strong ones. Don't trade her in, Chris. I know, man. Well, it's semi-famous now. How y'all liking this cool weather, by the way? This is amazing. I mean, what is going on with this cold front? The same cold front that pulled up Ian has been like unbelievably cool. I mentioned it yesterday when I came home from Alabama. It was actually like freezing. Like I'm pumping gas, shivering, and it's 68 degrees still here this morning. We got another cold front coming this weekend. I'm going to show everybody. We got way below normal temperatures dipping way down into Georgia, Alabama this weekend. So we got a little bit to talk about in tropics. Yes, it's freezing, Rhonda. Yes. What's up there, David? Berry Hill? Jason loves the weather. Hinch, I know we had friends flooded over Daytona Beach area. Hinch over on YouTube, I know. It was bad. The inland effects were just as bad. A little more shocking, I think, than the actual coastal impacts. Coastal impacts are very predictable, right? But the inland effects is what we stressed a lot about with this rain. And holy moly, the rain has been terrible. People flooded out way inland. Arcadia area, Peace River, Daytona. Bad. So, big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. They're the 4 years now bringing you the Daily Brew. We appreciate that. They're a great Florida company. We love them to death. Had this letter yesterday. Kind of teared up a little bit. It was from a girl, 9-year-old Caroline. I shared it on Twitter and Facebook. She goes, "Dear Mike, thank you for going straight into the storm so you can tell us about it on your weather page to keep us safe. Thank you for going into dangerous weather to keep us safe. You are very brave. My mom and I listened to you one day when we were picking up my brother from school and thought you were funny. Your friend, Caroline. P.S. We were glad that you found gas." So, oh my God. Just the fact that it's handwritten on old school paper is it's awesome. That was just awesome. So thank you, Caroline. You know, I go to these storms. A lot of y'all don't like it. My mom and dad think it's nuts, but so is race cars and first responders, and everybody's got danger in their life. So I chose storm chasing, but it's been extremely educational, and I would not be able to do what I do if I didn't understand the impacts of storms. Trust me. I can tell you one thing. If we get a storm to the north of Tampa Bay, I will be out there with a sign screaming, "Get out of Dodge," because I saw a storm surge. Well, you all saw it, unfortunately, down south and on the news, but I saw it also in the Rotunda area firsthand, and I could not believe how fast the water comes in. It was just mind-boggling. Surge, the wind, you can hide from the wind. It's the water, man, the water, 90% range is storm-related deaths is water-related. 90%. Give or take a few. I don't know them. But it's been averaging around 90%. That's inland flooding, surge, surf, rip currents, just water, man. Water, not good. Water. So, thank you, Sarasota Experience. Hey, that's a cool name. I like Sarasota. You guys probably had some effects down there. So I am heading down south. I hope we get some videos. Redneck Storm Chaser. It will be framed. Yes, Kathy. I'm going to redo my back wall. I got my governor's conference award and some other stuff I want to hang up, but I'll do that in the off season. But thank you, everybody. I see the thanks. Appreciate that. Good morning, Tammy. Josh, yep. So the big discussion online, by the way, is the NHC cone right now. That is a huge discussion online, and it's good discussion, very good discussion, because, you know, my feeling is with what I see with the line, everybody, the general public focuses on the line, right? As soon as your local TV stations get the data from the Hurricane Center, they pump out their cone, and it always has a line, always. I don't think any TV station doesn't include a line. So when people see that line, that's where they think the storm's going. And when we saw that line shift to the Big Bend Panhandle area, I swear everybody, all my friends that I saw, people I don't even know, says, oh, the storm shifted, it's going to the Panhandle. The storm shifted, it's going to the Panhandle. I mean, that was the perception here in Tampa. You know, and the east side of the storm is the worst side of the storm. We would have been on the worst side. We would have had, epic surge in Tampa Bay if this thing didn't even make a landfall. So I definitely think we somehow need to rethink the line and the cone, honestly, because these little shifts, and I'm just as guilty as anybody, sharing them, but every time the public sees a shift, they think, oh, it's going somewhere else. And man, it's a big hot point right now. Very hot point. And of course, a lot of people, arguing it. But anyway, here's what we got. Tropics. Let's talk about the tropics. And by the way, I'm going to be driving a U-Haul truck, Shelly. What do you think about that? I just hope it has a radio and a USB port to charge my phone. Definitely not the Storm Chaser, that's for sure. All right, so we got two things out here. I don't know what in the heck we got. We got this dang 12 that popped up. Now, how many of y'all saw the breaking news headline yesterday? Breaking news! It's my pet peeve. I've been saying it for years. 4:45, the NHC comes out with a Tropical Depression 12. It's on every headline. Breaking news! Tropical Depression 12 forms in the Atlantic. Oh my God, everybody goes into panic mode, right? They go flip on their TVs and wait for the weather update. And it might not even be at the top of the hour, right? Next thing you know, it's like, there it is. It's here today, gone tomorrow. Tropical Depression. It's not even going to be around tomorrow. It's going to last a day. So there you go. Tropical Depression 12. So I had people about 3 or 4 days ago mad I didn't update the website and app, and I get it because everybody's panicking about it. Invest 92. But there you go. So there you go. Well, whatever. No more about that. The other thing we're talking about is this. This is Invest 91. So this is good. This is worth talking a lot about. So there's your latest spaghetti models. These just came out. These are on tropicaltidbits.com. So interesting. We got a lot of people watching down in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Big storms right now down there. It's going to be hitting the ABC Islands. They're going to get a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. So they're definitely watching it. 100%. It looks pretty healthy on satellite right now. It's going to be bouncing across South America, so it's probably not going to develop with all that land interaction in the next couple of days. However, it does have a window here to try to develop, and that would be into the weekend. So towards Sunday and Monday, we could be looking at a landfalling possible hurricane down into Central America. So that's looking likely. The models are definitely showing development. Western Caribbean is super hot water. Still, it doesn't know it's October down there. It's prime season in the Caribbean right now. It's prime. We always watch systems in the Caribbean this time of year. Always. Always. Here today, gone tomorrow. Hey, y'all like a new hat? Shelly, I know we got to get these hats posted. It's my fault. We'll do it in the off season. But I pulled my sticker yesterday of my truck. I was actually Googling, window stickers. It's a 5.3 V8 EcoTech 3. How can a truck cost, 40, 50 grand and the engine's going to cost 10? That's like the Johnny Cash song, pick it up one piece at a time. If you added up everything on these trucks, it'd probably be $500,000 if you added the radios, the tires. So it doesn't make sense. But hopefully I get an engine. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to lose my truck. It's famous. All right, so there you go. Let's talk about what's going to go on. So let's look at all the latest models. We're going to go to Tropical Tidbits. We love Tropical Tidbits. Here's what we got. So most of the models are heading west. We do have some ensembles I want to show you, however, that are sniffing maybe an exit into the Bay of Campeche. I teased it last night on our Brew Crew page, but it's Tobago, not Tobago. Tobago. You say tomato, I say Tobago. And how many y'all got all hyped up after Ian that people started hyping this Invest 91 up? Because it was in the same spot as Ian, right? I get it. Totally get it. Oh my God, deja vu, another storm in the same exact spot. What's going on? Well, this one's a little different right now because we got a high pressure system that's going to be brewing overhead, and it's going to pretty much steer this thing west. So that's pretty confident. However, we know a cold front coming this weekend, who knows, could lift this thing up. So this is the big question mark. But that's not hype. We just talk about possibilities. We know the cold fronts this year have been extremely strong, and right now they're all predicting this thing to go due west. So let me show you what it looks like in all the models here in Tropical Tidbits. Thanks to everybody, by the way, that helped support Levi's site. I know we had a ton of contributors from the page. Kristen says she drove a U-Haul, and they are nice. And you know what? They're only like $30 a day. What's up, Loretta Reed? Got all the locals, diehards back. Remember, we do chat during the winter too. Don't give up on us. Our wild and crazy little family. By the way, who sent me this donkey, Shelly? Do you remember this one? Somebody sent me this years ago. It sits on top of my monitor. I actually have one in our RV too, but I like that somebody mailed me that little guy. All right, so here's the latest GFS. Let's take a look at it. So we got heavy rain in Tobago. Did I say it right? Tobago. God darn it. I forget now. Tobago. At least it's not Raleigh, Durham. It took me forever to figure out how to say that one. What's up, Louisiana? Jennifer Boggs. What's up, Robert from South Texas? 41 degrees, Kenny says, in Tennessee. Oh, my God. That's cold. All right, so here's what we got. Let's take a looky. All right, so I'm going to be very conscious about my clicking. My keyboard makes a lot of noises, and I'm very conscious now. So I'm going to very softly bang the keyboard. It's like... All right, so here we go. This is Friday. We got 1,008 pressure possibly brewing. And it's slowly developing. Saturday, going into Sunday, there's a little window it could develop. There you go. And it could skirt a little higher north. These are trends we're going to start watching for. We don't want to see this thing, if you're worried about anything in the Gulf, we don't want to see trends going north. But here's the latest GFS, 6Z GFS. We don't really like the GFS, but I showed anyways. There's that one. The latest Euro. Showing 1,005 on Saturday. A little development window, right? Little brief window to try to develop. 1,002, 1,001, 1,000, 1,000. So, hopefully just a tropical storm. And it keeps it chugging along Central America. And high pressure stays dominant in the Gulf of Mexico. So there's the Euro. Nothing gets into the Gulf. The Canadian's been a little more aggressive on development. It's showing a 998, 996, 991, 987. And it keeps it kind of going to the garden. A little bit of signs. It's been bouncing around the idea of getting into the bay there. See that? We got a front coming down. Long way away, but it's all timing with the front, So that's, that is a possibility. This thing hangs out in the Bay of Campeche and gets picked up by a front. So it's worth talking about. It's worth putting the idea out there. Not that it's going to happen with any confidence, but it is at least a scenario of an approaching front next week. So there's that. The Icon is another great model. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Here's the 994 Saturday, Sunday this weekend, and the Icon kind of shows it into Central America, and then that's it. So far, you got 4 of the big models sticking Central America. GFS pulling a little north. Let's take a look at the UK. The UK did pretty good with Ian. Forgot about the old UK model, but it's still around. It's there. Let's see. I don't think it goes out many hours, but it might be enough to show us right here. This is next Sunday. A little bit of energy tries to pull up. So there you go. So as far as confidence goes, this weekend, today's Wednesday, right? So this weekend, Sunday, Monday, it's going to be near in Central America. Now we got to look at ensembles. Ensembles, and then, even these spaghetti models, the old tab models here showing a little bend north. Not really sure what the heck's going on there, but some of them are GFS based. GFS is the purple line pulling a little more north. Man, I got some chapped lips, man. Holy cow. Oof. Chapped lips. So let's look at the ensembles. So out of 51 members of the Euros, got 51 ensembles. Lisa, look up SW engines. Okay. Jim Parker, I know, right? How many NASCAR teams go through engines, right? He used to be a Tony Stewart fan, but now he's Ford, so he wouldn't be able to help me. I don't know if I could stick a Ford in it. Good morning, Harold. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Katie Haley. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Gunner, how you been? Nobody complains, Shelly. I actually picked up on it when I listened to my YouTube videos. Kim, you had to stop watching me. I know, even my dad was, but whatever. Uh-oh. Shelly, you got blocked on a post there. Uh-oh. All right, so here's the ensembles. These are all your different members of the Euro, and we always look at ensembles, There's a bunch of launches today, too, right? So there you go. Look. 2 out of 51. But, hey, it's worth talking about. Not, and this is 10 days out. This is like past the weekend. Remember, the weekend is here. This is Monday right here. Let's just put an M. That'd be Monday of next week. So it wouldn't be until next week if this was even a remote possibility. But it's worth pointing out because we have fronts coming down middle part of next week, and they pull energy up. So it's not unheard of. So it's just a trend I'm kind of curiously watching. One model's showing it out of the 50. And if you go to the GFS, I know GFS, but still, look, there's a couple pulling it north, a couple, going. So don't take your eye off of it is what I'm getting at. Don't take your eyes off of it. Let me show you some more ways to look at the ensembles here. I guess we can look at some SpaghettiOs. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So let's go Gulf of Mexico. Let's go Caribbean and look at SpaghettiOs. And we can see the ensemble mean pretty much, but then we get a couple that, break off and come in the Gulf. So just throwing that out there. Nothing to worry about, nothing at all. But hey, that's what we do here. We got a big front coming down next week, and you can see that really clearly on the tropical tidbits here when we start looking at next week, Tuesday range. There's that front right here. Depends on how strong that front is. So yeah, well, we'll see. High pressure ruling. Here's a great way to look at what's going on in the upper atmosphere, by the way. I like looking at it this way. This red indicates high pressure dome. It's a dome of high pressure and very strong, very horizontal. And the other way we looked at it a lot is here, but you can just see it right here, man. That's a very, very defined high pressure system locked in. Here's our system 91, and really gives it nowhere to go. So, like I said, the Euro does a really good job with sniffing out high pressure systems and reading. We didn't have this high pressure system with Ian. We had a gap. We had a front. If you remember, Ian had high here, and it had a high here. We had a gap here, and the system basically followed that gap frontal line. Pretty simple right there, right? That's kind of what happened. We had a front, and this front, the front that is still here is bringing these incredibly cool temperatures that are like crazy cool. Paul Thompson. I don't want to do that. But hey, great idea. Don't be nervous. No one's nervous. So, reading comments. Thank you, Cajun Navy. Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate that. By the way, we're friends with the Cajun Navy, by the way. I met them. There's a couple of them, though. You got to be careful. I'm not really sure. I believe that's the right one. There's a few, but the larger legit one are followed. I met down in the Governor's Hurricane Conference. As a matter of fact, I think. So big props to Verizon, by the way, hooking me up with the internet. Don't forget Universal Roofing Contracting here in Florida. If you got to have roof repairs, good friends of ours. They're working the whole state here with. Don't forget our buddies Carlisle Thompson here. They work directly with cities and with FEMA. So if you're a actual city or school or more of a public city, county, state, schools, co-ops, districts. If you need help with FEMA, definitely give them a call. They're big fans of ours, and they're definitely working hard right now. United Cajun Navy. So Brian Frazier, I met. United Cajun Navy. This logo right here. Let me see if I can show it. I don't know if they've changed their logo or not, but that one right there. That's our friends right there. I think that's the same one. The United Cajun Navy. So they're big fans of our page, so we appreciate that. And I know they're down there working hard right now. Definitely working hard. Yeah, I met a lot of great people down at the Sunbelt guys. Anyway, all right, enough of that. So, recovery efforts are still ongoing. Unfortunately, they're going to be happening for a long, long time. I know Shelly had some folks reach out. We're trying to figure out a way to get some stuff down there. I don't know, guys. Let's talk about the ghost of Ian. Mike Shoemate brought up a good point. So, technically, do we still have spaghetti models on Ian? No. I don't think so. But look at this. Satellite here of, let's see, what can I pull up here? I guess we'll just go to Weather Nerds. Yeah, we got an upper level low still kicking off the East Coast here. And let's see if we can zoom in on visible satellite. You can see it. Look at that sucker, man. That's crazy looking. Look at this thing. At one time, it was thought that maybe Ian would reform. Look at that, man. What is going on up there? I'm glad you brought that up, Mike Shoemate. That's amazing. Sitting right off of the East Coast there. That's Jersey. Well, south of New Jersey. It's actually what the hell? Well, I guess it is south. It is New Jersey. Just south of New Jersey. Maryland, Delaware. Man, that's incredible looking. Let's take a look at the winds. I don't know. Wow, it's actually got some... What's going on? Why don't they... That's crazy. Look at that. Man. That's amazing. Still got... Man. Why is this thing not classified as anything? We don't even have a circle? Maybe because there's no convection. I think it's dry of all convection is why. You need to have convection in order to be considered for any sort of classification. You see there's none. Just a naked swirl. So that's why it's not classified. It doesn't have any sort of circular. It doesn't have any convection with it. But man, it looks impressive, right? So you can guarantee if you go to cyclonic weather right here, cyclonic WX, and go look at, I don't know if you can zoom in though. I don't think he only has current storms. So we don't even have the red, green, blue. No red, green, blue. Oh well. But man, that's crazy, Shoemate. Yeah, high tides, right. North winds, I guarantee it. I guarantee you're getting some big time coastal winds right now. In fact, we can look at windalert.com. and see that. Guaranteed, man. Gonna be see some winds rolling in there. Constant. Look at that. You can see the spin here. Winds. How many of y'all see TD12 and think of Tom Brady? I don't know why, but. So, yeah. Nothing's coming to Florida Fleece. Is that right? Did Michelle? Yes, look at that. So, man, that's amazing. I'm going to have to post that. So, look at that. There's our Invest 91. It's definitely juicy down there. Tobago. Trinidad, Tobago. Big convection, man. They're getting a lot of rain, guaranteed. I know they're under a yellow weather alert down there. I saw on Twitter they have their own weather alert system. They're yellow. Steve Peel says the best. Why is it so cold? The naked swirl. Jim Parker, it has the cone theme, right? We talk about the cone, now we're talking about the naked swirl. That would be a flavor. So, like, you know, ultimately one day I'm opening up a little coffee shop here in town. It's going to be a 1921 themed, old Florida themed coffee house, maybe beer called, you know, my Daily Brew. And I want to have saloon doors, and maybe we'll have an ice cream machine and call it the Naked Swirl. Lauren, thank you. You'll be contacting who? Who's CN? Oh, you got links turned off, Shelly. That's why yours didn't work. Paul just shared Boardwalk. So it's freezing. Yeah, it's freezing out. So what is up with that? But look what's coming. Look at this. The long range weather outlook. Somewhere on my site, right here. Look at this. Coming much below, not below normal, much below normal. 10-7, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So This weekend, we got cold weather coming that's way below normal, all the way down into Georgia. We still have flooding, unfortunately. Look at that. Flooding occurring still. St. John's and Peace River right here down in Florida. I do have a river map here you can take a look at showing the ongoing flooding problem we got here in Florida. We can zoom in here and get an idea what's going on. But look at this. Everything purple is major flooding. Peace River. Oh, man. So let's pull them up here. Let's see if they'll pop up here. There we go. It's going down. Why is it so big? Oh, well, whatever. But anyway, there's all your rivers. This is all St. John's River. Way above record here around Lake Harney, Florida. Way, record by like 3 foot. St. John's River above record here near Sanford. Here is DeLand record. It's going to peak Sunday, Monday. Now, see, this is what's... All this water takes forever to get to where it's going, right? So we're going to reach record flood stage near DeLand, record surge, or record river crest Sunday, this weekend. So it hasn't even got there yet. That would probably be the same as Astor, too. Yep, well, it's hovering around record stage, but there you go. So that is bad. Shelley says the water's bad. Yes. Let's hope for no rain. So yeah, Sally, positive note, Ian sucked the humidity out. True. Seems like we've seen that a lot over the years. Strong hurricane comes through and cold front steers it out of here. Guess what? We're left behind with blue sky and cool air. And I brought it up yesterday. It's really odd. We were tracking Michael the year we went to Talladega and it landfalled on our way out of town. And here we are a couple years later with Ian and same scenario. Early October now. System cuts through the state. So, Carrie, 100%, you got to worry about 91. There's a few models pulling a little more north. The majority are pulling south of Cancun, Yucatan. It would be this weekend, Sunday, Monday. But watch for any tricky little pulls to the north. But so far, staying to your south. Ken Allen does it hot and humid in South Florida. Well, yeah, the cold front's going to stall next week. That's the big question mark. So if anything, were to try to pull up with that system, we do have a cold front coming. And so far, majority of the models are showing kind of a stalling out. You can see it. We can see it with temperatures, I guess, next week. But you can see a big blast of cold air coming down this weekend. And let's see if it makes it down. There's Friday. No. 50s for the Panhandle, though. Kind of hard to see on that one. Let's look over here. We can look at temperatures. And we'll do a blend of lows. You can really see the temperatures drop. So here is tomorrow. We're going to see 50s again all the way into Florida, down to Gainesville. Friday, a little warm up. Still 50s down to Gainesville, Ocala. And here's that big blast coming down over the weekend. Check this one out. This one's going to be freezing temperatures. I mean, it came in like, bam. Like we were just talking about hundreds like 2 weeks ago, right? Now they're freezing temperatures in the Midwest. And, yeah, it doesn't really make it down to Florida. But there's that blast. This is Sunday morning. Could be definitely freezing in Tennessee. Freezing in the mountains. God, it won't be long we'll be tracking snow. I'd rather be a snow chaser than hurricane chaser. Gatlinburg. Let's take a look at Gatlinburg and see what kind of weather they got coming up for Sunday. So 39 Saturday night. Not quite freezing yet, but it'll be 30s this weekend. Not freezing yet. Getting there. That's about it, I think. You see this picture of Sanibel Island? 18. Oh my God, goodness gracious. Look at this. The Sanibel Island light was first lit in 1884. One of the first lighthouses in Florida, north of Key West. Survived and it lost one leg. Did you see that? Still standing. 138-year-old. 138-year-old, man, and it survived. 1884. That is amazing. And this is, by the way, guys, this is on my page. I don't know, I got all kinds of stuff on my page, but I love this embedded weather. It's about middle way down, but you can get all the weather tweets in the world right here. You don't have to leave the page, man. Get a lot of great information from all kinds of weather sources, and you can just sit there and scroll. I guess this might be official. Elon's buying Twitter, huh? All right. What else we got? David, thank you very much, David Brandon. Yep, Coastal Claims a great company. Jason went on our cruise. I don't want to talk about the cruise, but man, we got about another month here or two before our rooms are blocked. Do you realize that our weather cruise is half the price of what they're charging now? We locked in 100 cabins before they lifted all restrictions, right? Now the prices are almost double. So you can lock in an amazing price to hang out with us in March. Guaranteed the greatest week of your life. Well, it's not guaranteed. There's no guarantee. There's a $5 guarantee that it'll be the week time of your life. But we got a lot of stuff planned that week. Hey, maybe you dealing with the hurricane, you want to get the heck out of Dodge. Well, there you go. In March, you can come along, hang out with us during the weather cruise, second annual, and the prices are amazing during spring break for most Florida. So 91, yeah, we've been talking a lot about that, Chandra. I also did a Facebook video or a YouTube video. Dustin, I appreciate you making supply runs, Dustin. That's great. Yeah, Dustin, I'm afraid that I think it's worse than anybody can imagine with the amount of homes that are damaged down south. I just really do. I don't think the media can cover it all really and show the true magnitude of what's happening down there. A lot of highly populated areas that were directly hit, and like I mentioned, the flooding in the inland areas in Florida. We have friends, Kathy Vantoff, if you're watching. Holy cow, I didn't even notice on Facebook. You got flooded. What's up, Robert Bowman? How's it going, buddy? You want to go? Cheryl, there you go. You got to go. We got to go. Got to sign up, man. Private meet and greet cocktail party as soon as you get on the ship. We have our own private Julie, the hostess girl that's going to be helping communicate to everybody, and swag bags and just all kinds of fun. The coolest thing I'm excited about is I get to do a seminar on the ship in the ballroom. They actually have a ballroom on the water, a conference room that I'm going to be doing one of my little presentations. I love doing those presentations. I love it. I love it. Don't forget, a lot of our supporters over the years are all involved with Ian, guaranteed. Lodging Solutions is down there with their mobile sleeping tents, guaranteed. We have Tammy Kent down on the ground, OSR, 100%. Furman, I'm heading down there today. They're doing all kinds of generator work. Got a new supporter here, Air Quality Experts. They work in the mold testing and more. All this stuff, unfortunately, people are going to be dealing with. So if you have to deal with any of this stuff, like I mentioned, these aren't. I don't just randomly put little logos up. These are actually industry companies that are big followers of our page, and they're big fans. They're fellow coneheads. They watch our. They're people. They're not just companies. Every one of these companies is a fan of our page. So when you call them, you're going to get special attention because they're just like you. They're big weather, big Conehead Weather Family Brew Crew members. So, that's a good thing, And again, I mentioned Satmoto yesterday, man. They sent me a satellite phone. That thing saved me. I was texting Shelly. I was texting Julie, and it was my only communication because everything was down there. All the towers were down. So big thanks to them for sure. And of course, we mentioned them yesterday. I keep the hat up here because Sarah loves. I don't know what it is about the Dex and Doc's hat here, but a lot of our boater family will be needing docks. And I saw a video of somebody in Bradenton that their boat actually, all the water got sucked out and the boat fell off of their lift, and it was so sad. They were filming it and all of a sudden it just came down. It was like, oh my God. And that was in Bradenton. I mean, we had, you talk about coast to coast impacts, right? Everybody focuses on that eye, and they should, right? But man, we have, people affected coast to coast, and man, what a storm. It was like a blur. It happened so quick. I mean, just amazing how fast it happened. Well, that's something we can't control, that's for sure. We've had, seems like one every year. Here's a rainfall map. I got a radar loop I'm going to show you too. Let's just show you that here. Brian McNulty's site. I have it right here. This is, I posted it yesterday too, but this was your radar. And you can really, really, really see. This shows you all the warnings that we had in the state. Marine warnings in orange. We had red tornado warnings. We had a lot of tornadoes in the southeast part of the state. And definitely way ahead of the storm. Tornado warning. I mean, tornado warnings out the yin-yang. Everywhere you looked. There's our eye wall. Got enlarged. We had an eye wall replacement. There you go. I mean, it just came in, and there you go. I mean, this massive rainfall. This storm was definitely weighted more on the north and the west side as far as rain went. Always was the case. And as it came across the state, man, the rain was way north, and it just flooded. All these green areas are flash flood warnings. Just amazing satellite loop. Here's some of the that site's not working right now. Let's try one more. I was trying to get the rainfall map. I don't know why the NOAA site's not working. Waterweather.gov precip isn't working. Let me get this one though. This one you can kind of zoom on. This is on Weather Underground. Oh, you can click on it. Oh, this is new. I didn't know you can click on it. Let's go Florida, Tampa. Let's see. How can I go back? This will be interesting. Let's click on. There we go. There you go. Hey, that's a good map. I should probably share that one. So here's your week. This is your rainfall. Wow, that's a good image to share. I'm going to do it. Weather Underground. Great image. No, bad image. Informative image. Look at that pink section. 16 inches of rain on the Florida East Coast. Orange was 12 to 16 inches. And that was a big chunk of the state. 12 foot, a foot plus. Some of these big rain totals never happened here across the Tampa area. That was because our system came in a little lower and it was a little faster. But man, look at this rain. That just tells you everything. Not sure the surge yet, Lambs. Natalie, 91's going west so far. Rick had to rebuild their dock after Sally. Sally was a sneaky one, yes. Well, if you know anybody that needs, docks and, working with lumber companies, definitely have them reach out to Decks and Docks. They're big fans of ours. They sponsor a lot of softball, too. The Madeira, my buddy Jay down there at the city of Madeira Beach, they have a Decks and Docks banner on the back fence. It's pretty cool when Emily's playing softball. Like, hey, look at that. I know them. They're big Weather Page fans. All right, anything else? There's nothing heading anywhere other than we got a lot of folks down in South America. We're watching Invest 91. There's a couple ensembles saying it could pull a little north, maybe into the Bay of Campeche. Lots of times. Windstorm products, yes. We mentioned you a ton there. Hopefully everybody went to Windstorm products ahead of time. I know one thing, talking to our neighbors, they wish they would have been to your store in Florida here. Because having the right hardware is very frustrating when you're trying to hang up plywood and you don't have anything. I've been very fortunate and have good hardware. Took me no time at all to put the wood up. But the cone, JMA, the cone is a great discussion point. So much focus is on that center line. I don't know if the cone could have trends in it. Like, when you have that cone, and it still included Tampa, I don't know. I mean, here's the cone, let's say. Center line obviously was here, but somehow this area was a whole lot more likely to have a shift than this area. But they can't have people in Tampa let their guards down because there's still, still models. But when you start seeing trends, and the other problem was the GFS had the panhandle one time, and they didn't have to do it, but they had to include it. So we had the Euro down south, and we had and so, so many forecasters were blowing the system off. Oh, it could go anywhere from here to there. But in reality, if you would have followed the season like I have, the GFS has been terrible this year. I mean, it was all the way over. I mean, it was terrible. 2 years ago, we started using the Icon and even the Canadian model. The Icon has been phenomenal. And I think too much old school forecasting is relying on the GFS and Euro. And the GFS has just not had a good year. And I'll say it. I mean, it's terrible. It's done terrible. It might have had one or two good runs, but I mean, when you have every model focusing down here and, West Central Florida, let's say, and then you got the GFS, they had to put the cone like that. And I mean, I don't know, but let them. They have, that discussion's out there, not on me. That's they got to. There's a lot of Monday morning quarterbacking going on right now about how things could have been different, and at this point, it doesn't. We just hope recovery and everybody gets back to normal as soon as they can. Here's a Trinity and Tobago TT Weather Center. I follow them. Do they follow me or not? No, they don't. They should follow me. Anyway, they're showing the heavy flooding going on down there. Flash flooding in down there. So lots of flooding going on. These are the guys that came to my show. Mr. Guthrie, Florida Division Emergency Management. That was a big moment for us to have them reach out and enable an interview with them. Kind of they've been on a lot. Helping Floridians out with information a lot, and there's Mr. Guthrie there. They did have a graphic with us on there, I think, before it happened. Man, Storm just came in quick. There it is right there, look. So is that not pretty cool or what, man? They advertised our page on the Florida Division of Emergency Management. And they were excited about being on our page. So that was pretty cool. Join Kevin Guthrie with Mike. So anyway, that was a nice little moment. All right, so there you go, guys. It's been about an hour. We'll be live tomorrow. Yes, I know everybody's dealing with it down south. We have a lot of our fans and followers doing what they can. Shelly brought up a good point. Big Storms, I believe Big Storm Brewery, right, is taking supplies down. So that's great. I know Drew Garabo and John Sinning were doing a drive on their show yesterday, maybe today, working on relief efforts. So everybody's, doing something. I even know our school system's doing stuff. So that's one thing. Like the Fox article said, man, the one thing that hurricanes do is they bring people together. And when I went up to Mexico Beach, up in where Michael hit, seeing how the community kind of bonds a little better, living through something like this is brings people together, and it might not seem it right now, but as time goes on, it makes you stronger, hopefully, and have something down the road to talk about. Jennifer, Category 5, that's so hard. It was 2 miles an hour. They have to. I know the lightning was incredible. They said the hurricane hunters said it might have been the most intense eye wall that some of them have been in. So surely, Cat 5 surge had a gentleman that his name is Chris O'Neill, I believe is his name. Friend of ours, Valerie Gentry, messaged him, Chris O'Neill. We might have him on a Zoom call because he was in Fort Myers Beach, I believe, and had to escape in the attic. And the house, from what I remember hearing from Valerie, but the roof came off, luckily for him, and they were able to exit the roof. And these are like Katrina-style surge levels. You saw the videos from Katrina, and I've heard old-timers in the upper Gulf put hammers and tools in their attic in case they ever had to escape their roofs. And this happened in Florida. So we saw surge levels that sent people to their roofs and had to be rescued by boats. I mean, that's how high the surge was. Kelly, that's a good question. I don't know about claims for Cat 5. Lori, I know we've been talking a lot about Arcadia, a lot. Totally a lot. Jason Sutton, I'm heading down to see you, buddy. Mr. Furman helping out. They're down at Lowe's. Type your location too, Jason, if you can, so we can share it to everybody. But the Arcadia damages, it was still Category 3 the time it went to Arcadia, and we have some good friends. They lost everything. Their home completely destroyed inland. Axe, that's what it is, an axe. I'm thinking of a hammer, but you want an axe, not a hammer. I'd be banging the roof with a hammer. Hell, with today's power tools, I'd have a damn electric saw or something. All right. So anyway, all right. Well, so that we covered everything pretty good. We're just casually watching Invest 91. We'll see what it does. It does appear that it could be organized the time it hits Central America, so we're watching very closely down south of the Caribbean there, watching for any possible pull up into the bay. A couple Euro ensembles showed it. Yesterday, a couple runs kind of showed it. So, that cold front midweek next week is stronger than they expect. Then there's a chance some of this energy might get pulled up. But right now, it's a very, very small chance. But hey, look, there are 2 models, so, and it makes sense, right? So, depending on how strong that front is, then we'll have to keep an eye on it. But for now, for sure, Sunday, Monday, we got to worry about a possible hurricane chugging west. Chugging west. So, cool. All right. Well, we will see everybody tomorrow for Thursday. Mom, if you're watching, I'll be over to help you with your tablet. Anybody have memories? I remember calling my mom years ago remember how to set VCRs? Remember how complicated it was to set a VCR timer? And trying to do it over the phone, I'll never forget. Like that tests your blood pressure more than anything. Trying to explain how to set a VCR timer over the telephone to your mom. Jeff, correct. It was officially Cat 4. I think they're wondering if they'll at the end of the year they reanalyze the storms. As far as insurance deductibles, I have no idea about that. I don't think we really have any insurance companies. We have insurance adjusters, but. And I guess last but not least, let's not forget about our linemen out there, right? Linemen working their tails off. There's already been some hurt. I think we might have had a fatality. I'm not official on that, but power's left on. Houses that are flooded, electrocution is real. These guys are out there risking everything to turn power back on. So a lot of linemen are down here working in very rough conditions, and they have family back at home, stressing out. So they're, hats off to them. But I know we have a lot of family that are nervous, rightfully so, that they're out here doing all this work, putting things back together. Shelly says, "Let's set your alarm." Yeah. All right, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and